Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Today you are joining me for a very special video. And special, I mean, this idea just popped into my head last night and I was like, yes, I'm going to do this. I previously mentioned in my best books of 2024 so far that 2021 was one of my best reading years ever. Actually, probably my best reading year from a time where I've been cataloguing it on Goodreads. I just remember reading so many 5 stars and really enjoying the reading experience. So then yesterday, as I pondered what book I should read next, I came across a video, Weird Books for Weird Girls, and she mentioned Mona Awad. And I said, damn, I love Bunny. Like, I absolutely loved Bunny. And I said, why don't I read a Mona Awad book then? Because I haven't read any else of her books. So then I said, hang on, why don't I do a video where I try to recreate my 2021 reading year? I read 59 books that year, so yeah, that's the most I've read. 45 2022, 52 2023, and let's see how 2024 goes. This is a PSA from Editing Maureen. I realised I didn't give the rules. So the rules are, so it's just 5 books, see how many 5 stars we get, and there has to be a good link to the book from 2021 to be able to read it in this challenge. Yeah, that's it. Back to Maureen in the past, who is going through her Goodreads to see what she might read. Okay, I read a few Gillian or Gillian. It's weird because in Ireland it would be Gillian, but she's Gillian, so excuse me. Sharp Objects, Gillian Flynn, and I think I read another book by her, so yeah. Dark Places, and I really enjoyed the 2 of them. I haven't read Gone Girl. Now the reason for that is because I've watched the movie and I'm like, is it worth it? Oh, this was the year I read some Taylor Jenkins Reid, and actually that could be a good shout. They're easy to get through, and I really like Taylor Jenkins Reid. Acts of Desperation by Megan Nolan. That's a good thing. She actually came out with another book. She's an Irish author. I absolutely love that book. So that is another suggestion, maybe. Ready Player One. I think I tried and looked up and people were like, there's just no book quite like it, and let me come back to that one. Maybe there will be some things like absolutely adored my darlings. Sally Rooney came out that year. Sorry. New Winter 2021 slap, because hello, my queen. My Lovely Wife, that was really good. I really liked that thriller. That was a good one. I've already selected my first book. Bunny by Mona Awad. Oh God, that book. I read it in April 2021 and I absolutely loved it. And I got the recommendation from Books and Lala. And I think was 2021 when I started watching BookTube. When I realised BookTube was a thing, could have been, and that's maybe why I was getting all these amazing recommendations. Another reason why I love BookTube. And I watched another video with her last night where she talked about reading All's Well by Mona Awad, because that was a potential of what I could read next, and she didn't love it as much and she gave it 3 stars only, but she had given a previous book by Mona Awad called 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl a 5 stars. So I said, based on the fact she loved Bunny and I loved Bunny, and that's who I got the recommendation for, we're gonna go with 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl. And I started it, page 47, started it yesterday, 23% through. It's a short book, which works well for this video because we don't want this video to go on till eternity, because it could, because there's 50 books on there. And I'm really enjoying it. It is some dark humor. Yeah, some dark humor, but we love it. And I'm only 23% of the way through, but it seems like they're little vignette, little stories, but all about the same girl. 2 thumbs up. Maybe this is the best challenge I've ever done. %, through 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl, and I will update you on my thoughts of it when I'm done, but I need to pick up my next read. And I could get it on the Kindle, but I feel like going to the library because I need to return Book Lovers, which, as you know, I loved. So need to return it, and I thought, why don't I go check if there's any of the books on the list in the library. Taylor Jenkins Reid, I feel I have a good shot at getting one of her books that I haven't read. I'm really hoping Carrie Soto is back. The reason I want Taylor Jenkins Reid is because she gives me summer vibes. I don't know. I like reading her books in summer. So I am hoping that they have one of her books, because the sun is here, it's really hot in London, and I just feel very summery today. Okay, I finished a 13 Ways of Looking at a Fat Girl. Brilliant, loved it. So now I didn't love it as much as Bunny. It was dark, it was thoughtful, it made me feel uncomfortable at times, but in the very best way. I really loved it. Her writing is, you just fly through it, and I finished it in a day or a day and a half. Not as good as Bunny, but I really liked it. It doesn't get the full 5 stars. Carrie Soto is back. Started that last night. Forgot how fun Taylor Jenkins Reid's writing is. You're just going page turn, page turn, page turn, page turn. So I'll update you properly on that during the week, because I'm only like 30 pages in. I'm just about to go to the park to sit out in the sun, get a bit of sun on this body of mine, get my tan on, you know, and just enjoy reading in the park. So I'll bring you on a little trip there. I'm going to get a little bike there, I think. And yeah, what a glorious Sunday. Reading my book there, having my wine, sitting outside. It smells like somebody's barbecuing or chocolate grilling, or yeah, barbecuing outside somewhere, and they're lifting up their plates, and the crockery is clacking and the cutlery is smacking. It's making the noise, and I just felt this surge of happiness, nostalgia. You know, when you get those feelings, it's just the most amazing thing. And my one thing that gives me this real nostalgic, happy feeling is the feeling of far away, not far away, but maybe like next door. You can hear cutlery being stacked or plates being taken out and put out on the table. And I don't know whether that's because it's such a nice thing to think of people sitting down for a meal, or I don't know what. And then with the smell of the barbecue on top of it, it is like perfection. So is back, the second book in my 2021 reading year challenge, and we have fallen short of the 5 stars again. This is probably only 3.5 for me. My least liked book of hers. I felt there wasn't as much development in the characters, Okay, there was development in the character. However, I feel like all of her surrounding characters didn't have as much oomph to them as her other books do. I didn't think they were as fleshed out as her other secondary, tertiary characters were. I liked it, I flew through it. I probably about 3/4 of the way through, I was kind of like, okay, I kind of want this to be over and to go on to my next book, which is unfortunate, but look, it only took me a few days to read, so it's not the end of the world. So next in the challenge, I've decided I'm trying to replicate, which I don't think is possible, is Ready Player One. And I've had a long, hard think about this. I'm gonna read Warcross by Marie Lu, but I'm just thinking about this critically. I feel like I haven't found the right book yet, and maybe I'm going too obvious with my selection. So, for example, I read the same author, and now I think I need to switch it up a bit. So I thought to myself, this could be the perfect time to read another very popular dystopian novel. And that, my friends, is The Hunger Games. And I've always wanted to read it. I've watched the movies. I don't know how I haven't read them. And I think this might be the time. They're both dystopian novels. Yeah, there's games involved. There's games involved. And I think there is a good connection there, and I think I'm gonna go for it. And this is my rule, my game's my rules, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the library, see if they have it there, and if not, I actually think I'm gonna buy it because I want the physical copy for this one, because I don't know, I have a feeling this might be a new favourite. Of doing our 2021 reading year, and within that year I read one of my favourite books of all time, which is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This was my choice. This was my tribute for trying to recreate this reading experience. I can safely say this is my first time reading The Hunger Games, and this morning I was sitting out there having my coffee and just totally getting into it and loving it, and and because I think actually the fact that I watched the movies before reading this book has been quite helpful for me, because everything else I'm imagining is way more real. I'm actually really enjoying the reading experience, and also there's a lot more that's not in the movies that is in the book, which already by page 100 I'm like, I love it. Like, it's so fun. And you know, both dystopian novels, both set in the near enough future, both include games. I mean, maybe I just made the best choice ever. It's really fun. Again, I just obviously my last video, I think it's my last video, or no, I don't know when, but I did, if you haven't watched it, watch Hunger Games Controls What I Eat in a Day. It was such a fun video to watch, to make, and it's still such a big thing, food, in this book. Clearly it's called The Hunger Games, but that lamb stew with the wild rice that they get helicoptered down to them or sent on a little hovercraft because they're playing up to the romance lots, I'm like, I want it now. Came in from grabbing myself a cold brew, and I was like, do you know what might cheer me up? Cold brew and talking about books. So let's see how we go. This is already helping. Zelish. Finished The Hunger Games. 5 stars. I really, really, really love Katniss, and I love Jennifer Lawrence's Katniss Everdeen, but I even love the book Katniss even more. Yeah, it is excellent. Love it. Really glad I read this, and this is the first 5-star book of the video, which is book 3, and we found 5 stars, guys. We found 5 stars. And after I read this, I decided to choose, I had said I read Acts of Desperation by Megan Nolan. She's an Irish author, and I really like that book. And I said, you know what? Let's go and read. I found this in the library, so I was like, perfect. That's made my mind up for me. Went to Megan Nolan, I was like, okay, didn't think they'd have it. And they do have her latest release, Ordinary Human Failings. I'm absolutely devouring this book. Her style of writing really suits the way I read, and I will let you know what all my thoughts are. But right now, it's great. I feel anxiety sometimes reading it, because you know there's the past and the future, and you're kind of going in between both. And when you're in the past sections of the book, you're hoping and praying that things will turn out differently, even though you know they don't, because you already know the future of these characters. And that kind of writing where I'm like, oh, please could it just not turn a different way? I'm like, the way that you've gotten inside of me and have given me such visceral emotions, you're a great writer. You can pull on your heartstrings, you can make I feel the same anxieties as I'm reading about these characters and their choices and what they've gone through as I would if I were that person. And I think that's such a special gift that Megan Nolan has. It is really, really good, and I'll update you when I finish it. But again, this could be another 5 stars. This book made me cry at the end, like really, like deep down. It, I felt it in the core of my heart. It's about ordinary human failings, and that's just the thing. One of the characters in the book is trying to find some deep dark secret about this family to say why they've gone bad, why they haven't a bad apple for a child, and all this kind of stuff. And there isn't anything. It's just normal things and bad things and situations that happens to somebody and brings you to this thing, and it's so heartbreaking. Beautiful, beautiful. That's my second 5 stars I've given Megan Nolan. It's enigmatic, it's thrilling, it's not pretty, but it is pretty. Do you know what I mean? And she's super smart. Like, I just love this book, interweaving two kind of like genres, thriller and literary fiction. It was wonderful. 5 stars. And now the last we need to find is a thriller. So for my final book, I'm choosing a thriller because I read really good thrillers that year in 2021. And Gabby Reads has given me quite a few really good recommendations. There's some that we don't agree on, like I'm watching this tier ranking and I actually really like The Wife Between Us, but she's put it on the lowest, but she's put Anonymous Girl, which I've never heard of before, on the top. So that's a potential at the minute, but I'm going to keep watching this. And because I remember I was saying Gillian Flynn would be nice. I can see there's a Gillian Flynn book here, but I've never heard of it. So I will report back when I have chosen, but this is my way of choosing my next thriller. Thank you, Gabby Reads. So I've decided to go for An Anonymous Girl. Even though it's $4.99, I hate paying that much for an ebook. It's just like, oh, I could get, oh! Oh, the offside, sorry. So we're gonna give it a go. Oh, actually, like even just talking about it now, I'm like, is this really what I want? Twists and turns galore. Is this gonna be the right choice, guys? I don't know, but I've done well. I've got 5 stars in this thing already. So we're gonna buy it. We're going, and we can get £5 for an ebook. Oh, it breaks my heart, y'all. So I am going away. Look at my groovy chick, guys. I'm proper in the childhood bedroom. But I'm going down the countryside with my girls, and we're leaving very soon. And we're going down to Clare to Lahinch. And I just wanted to give a reading update. I'm actually going to film it. I'm going to do a little vlog of Clare. Less of a reading vlog, more of a watch me having a fun time. So I'm reading the what's it called, An Anonymous Girl, and I'm really happy I actually decided to go for this one because it is exactly the kind of thriller I was in the mood for, exactly kind of one that I wanted. It's like you don't really know what's going on. It's a domestic thriller. There's, you know, things about relationships, something else that you are not sure what the person that you're talking to really wants, that kind of stuff. Another thing is I haven't told my friends that I have a YouTube channel, so I think I'm gonna have to mention it when I'm coming down. So I don't mind it at all. They're not like, they'd be so nice about it and so chill about it. It's more that they'd be like, what? And obviously if I'm filming them I need to let them know, so that's gonna have to be said. And yeah, I'm excited about the weekend. Well we have come to the end of this 2021 reading challenge, and it was really fun. I really liked it. I'd say at the end I felt a bit fatigued by having something choose. It was kind of nice basically to just, my next book, just kind of pick up and go, yeah, I don't have to think anything of it. But I still really enjoyed it, and actually I'm not going to bother to take the book because it's on my Kindle. But I finished An Anonymous Girl. and I was saying I was really enjoying it, and then it just kind of went downhill. I feel like there was no twists. I feel like there was nothing that came out of it, and I just didn't love it. And the ending was really disappointing too. I was like, so that's it. So that's it. Okay. I was like, is there another chapter? You know, when you read those books and you're like, wait, there has to be another chapter, right? So unfortunately, that one was probably a 3-star. I enjoyed it. It was fine to read, but it didn't give me, I didn't get those kind of thriller paging turn. It was page turner because it was easy to read, but nothing other than that. I have finished this challenge and it was fun. I got 2 5-stars, which I'm really happy with. It's been over quite a few weeks now, and I read Hunger Games for the first time, so pretty amazing. Looking at it, I'm already editing it, and I can see there's just, it's kind of a lot more interesting because there's so many different where I am and books I'm reading. So obviously the more books you read in a vlog, the more exciting it is because you get more information. So in that aspect, I'm really enjoying that part of the vlog. But am I out of breath? Like, am I okay? I have just been sick and I'm back again. After Ireland, I was not very well. So I actually finished the book a few days ago, but I just couldn't come on because I didn't have the energy. I was like, I can't, so I gotta stop it there. I'm gonna go get ready, and yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.